Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We apologize for the technical difficulty. Fortunately for us, there haven't been any goals scored, Jackson, but just tough play all around on both offense and defense for both squads.
Yeah, Marquette and Central Michigan in an absolute defensive dogfight here in this first or second half, and we almost had our first goal, but shot went wide.
Kendall Hoyt with a shot that went wide, and almost a good cover by Marquette to get the ball back by Audrey Brett, but Central Michigan looking to cut in, not going to work, and Marquette will pick up the ground ball and take it the other way. Down the left side of the field comes Faith Chmielewski.
Strong play. Let's see if Marquette can finally get it over. Ooh.
Byerly comes through with a quick triple team, but is able to get it out with the advantage. Now here comes Ellie Henry. Working it back across the field over to Mary Schumar. Back behind the net, a little bit of a tough play for Elsie Smeagol.
Trying to look for somebody open. Great defense from Central Michigan right now.
Up to the top to Garcia. Garcia going to try to get a shot off. Oh! But a very hard foul there by Potter. And a free possession shot going to come up soon.
Potter thinking it's or no, that's Quidditch. Never mind. Never mind.
Here comes Garcia. Garcia rips one. And is saved by the new goalie for Central Michigan. And Ellie Henry, not Ellie Henry, excuse me.
Aaron Owens.
Aaron Owens. Playing very well to start off this half for the Chippewas. Lydia Faust, who's been lighting it up, shoots and scores again. What a shot for the Golden Eagles. And this one could start a run for the Golden Eagles that might get out of hand quick. They can only hope. The score of now 11-9 for the Golden Eagles as they move up their goal differential to 2 over the Chippewas. Jackson, what a half, what a game for Faust to really start this one off and go in.
And that officially is a season high in goals for Lydia Faust. Her 5th of the day. Talk about trying to fill in the scoring load. Obviously, we've talked about a lot with losing 2 key starters, but my goodness, Lydia Faust.
Just a sidearm shot, nothing that Owens could do there. The junior from North Haven, Connecticut could only just sit there and watch it go by her.
Only so much you can do. Exactly right, Jack.
Another draw for Blee.
As Coach Tisdale's talking to her players right in front of us.
Marquette going to pick up a possession here as they're going to go back into their own side. And with that comes Shea Garcia, leading the charge, picking it up, following the advantage, trying to get a shot off. Not going to go. A very smart play by Shea Garcia not to let it get to her.
And strong defensive structure from the Chippewas right there to force Garcia to go around, but as you said, good job to try and set up the offense.
Marquette going to look for a quick shot inside. Ooh. Not going to fall, but a really good shot there by Kira Lamont, who's had a very offensively strong game today on her part. Garcia takes it to her right, going to try to fire a shot, not going to fall. And again, great defense there by Potter to really cover up Shea Garcia there. Working in. Marquette get another shot off. And a foul in close to the net might lead to a free possession shot here. A little shaken up there, it looks like.
Socodato. Or is that Schumar?
It looks like Socodato.
You can tell it's Socodato because she's got that bright yellow headband.
Socodato now maybe trying to work this one in tight. Over Owens. Here comes the whistle. She's going to shoot it herself over the top, but a good cover by Marquette to take the possession back.
She's trying to get her 2nd goal of the day, but just a little hot.
And an errant pass there. Going to try to get covered up. The Chippewas do so, but a good pickup by Marquette to pick this one back up.
Great job by Smeagol, like you said, to pick it up. Oh, and that's going to lead to a free position shot. Elise Smeagol. What a play. first-year attack midfielder out of Flourtown, Pennsylvania. And that's flour like as in cooking flour, not flowers in a meadow.
A little bit of a dispute going on there between the Stripes and Coach Meredith Black. Smeagol is going to try to get this one going here for the Golden Eagles and set up hopefully another successful offensive possession. She's going to rush, take the shot, quick shot, and it good. Throws the stick down, and absolute jubilee as Marquette takes a 3-goal lead here with just about 7.5 minutes to go in the third frame of play.
I think you could call that the lacrosse equivalent of a bat flip. She threw that thing back after she scored. And if I score a goal like that, I'd do the dang same thing.
When you're as good as her, you can do that kind of stuff.
That's Smeagol's 12th goal of the year. Taking a look at the replay, beautiful, just beautiful shot.
It looks like Central Michigan couldn't get a read on whether she was going to take it behind the net or bring it out to the front. But at the end of the day, she gets a great shot over the head of Owens, and really to speak to, you know, the difference in height between Owens and their previous goalie in, Alexa Martell. You know, there is quite a bit of height differential, and it was easy for Smeagol to get a shot over the top of her head.
I mean, just taking a cursory look at it, I mean, Martell, at least her head was near the crossbar. Owens looks like her head is below the crossbar, so should be interesting how things move forward.
Owens going to have to do a lot more to pick this one up and stop the red-hot offense that is Marquette right now. A good pick up there. Ellie Henry going to take it herself down the left side. Passing it up, and a great catch there by Schumar. Passing it behind the net.
I think Central Michigan knew Smeagol was trying to go to the front of the net first this time. So
not going to let it happen again as Marquette take it up to the top of their offensive zone. Here comes Shea Garcia, taking it with her left hand. Open shot! Scores!
Oh my God!
No one guarding Garcia. A great shot from her to be able to put it by Owens, and Garcia getting on the stat sheet in terms of goals, putting one in the goal column for her.
Wow, I mean, like it was the parting of the Central Michigan Red Sea. I mean, how did Shea Garcia, there's like maybe a player within 3 feet of her at the end. Just great veteran play, but oh my goodness, what a breakdown defensively from Central Michigan.
And a great shot there by Garcia to put one short side. I mean, putting one short side, especially someone who's a right-handed player like Owens, to really put one by. It's a tough shot, but credit to Owens for trying to at least do what she could with no defensive help.
Owens off to a better start than Martell. She's got 2 saves, but giving up 3 goals.
Marquette now leading 13-9 with just about 7 minutes left to go in the third frame.
Mary Blee again will take the draw.
Whiteside finally getting back into this one, but losing it once again, and Blee playing the advantage for Golden Eagles as she's able to get the pass back, and now they can look to get things going offensively.
It's another good draw control. Blee's got 4 draw controls on the day already.
And now to Byerly. Trying to work by a defensive effort from Julie Lindsley. Behind the net now. Schumar up to Garcia. Garcia trying to work the defense again and trying to get another shot off. Goal! Oh! Count that one. 2 quick ones for Garcia. Within 45 seconds of each other, Jackson. I mean, under a minute between the laps between those 2 goals for Garcia.
And that is not what you want to have happen if you're Central Michigan. I mean, I believe that game against Detroit Mercy, Garcia had 6 goals in a quarter. So once Garcia gets going, she gets going.
Marquette now with a 5-goal lead with just under 6.5 minutes left to go in the third period.
Great run from Marquette so far since the end of the first half. I mean, Central Michigan got that one late, but they're on an 8-1 run since the 9:40 mark of the second quarter. I think head coach Meredith Black is pretty happy about that.
Hopefully that's credit to her game plan at halftime. Lee once more at the draw circle. And even look at Iggy on the other side of the field getting into it as well.
It's always a good day to see Iggy. I mean, it's kind of cool. I went to Connecticut a few weeks ago for the Big East women's basketball tournament. I saw Iggy there, give him a nice little fist bump. So
he flies first class, I hear.
He does. Well, I mean, he got those big wings. I can see why he would want to fly first class.
Audrey Brett taking it up the right side now. Over to Smeagol. Now over. Byerly. Good deflection there, leads to a Chippewa offensive possession if they can get the clear off. An advantage being played. Potter taking it out all the way herself.
Ooh.
And a hard foul there. Maybe a receipt from earlier?
Maybe, but
that hit on Garcia right in front of the crease may have led to a little bit of retaliation there at this point.
It's a good physical game right now, and Central Michigan's frustrated. They really haven't been able to get it to Audrey Whiteside at this point, really at all in this half.
Using the ref there as a little bit of cover, McKenna Hoon.
Still haven't gotten to Whiteside yet, as now they're working in their crease offense.
Here comes Burke.
Oh, what a save!
Great save.
She's fallen to the near side and makes the save on the far side.
A great save by Nixon leads to a hard foul in the Marquette zone on Audrey Brett. And Marquette getting another shot offensively with Jackson. Let's talk about that save again. I mean, you have to give it to Nixon. As Britta Nixon's really been all over the place. But, you know, to start her stint in that, she let up 2 quick ones. But now at this point, you can really see how she's really come into her own in the creases. Marquette almost scores another one and a good save by Owens. Hopefully she, for the Chippewas, can get this one back to a closer game. But like I said, Nixon really playing well here.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like this is the start of a potential breakout for Brenda Nixon. She's got 5 saves on 8 shots. And some of these have not been the easiest ones. Obviously, that last shot there, that shot we talked about after she turned it over, but it's a great pickup by Socorado.
And another defensive play there for Marquette to get offensive play, hopefully running on a yellow card call due to the slash from Brett and Patty, it looks like.
It is Patty with the slash. Marquette with their first woman up advantage.
Marquette on the woman up finally. Jackson, let's talk about this unit. I mean, what does Marquette have to do to be able to have a successful conversion on this woman up?
Well, it first starts with getting over the midfield line at this point, but obviously talking when they get into the offensive zone, just hold on to the ball. Even if you don't score.
Timeout there called.
Well, looks like someone's going to want to talk it over and get things set up. But in terms of what they need to do, even if you don't score on this advantage, keep the ball in the zone and keep the offense running.
Yeah, and part of it is going to lead to, Jackson, who do you lean on here? Do you lean on Shea Garcia? Do you lean on, you know, a lot of some of the, do you lean on Emma Socorado, who's really been picking it up here and holding it up for Marquette in this quarter? Or do you look to, someone else who can really score? I mean, Faust is, obviously playing well in that regard. But there are a lot of names you can go to on this offensive team.
Yeah, there's a lot of names. I think, honestly, to start the play, I would start with Mary Schumart. She's arguably the best passer on the team, obviously with a bunch of assists so far this year. But in terms of who to lean on to score, like you said, there's a wealth of options. I mean, Shea Garcia, even though she's only got 2, she's got 2 in a row for Marquette, or Lydia Faust, who's got 5 in the day. So there's really no bad options necessarily here for head coach Meredith Black.
As we take a look at some of the stats that have really dominated the game so far, Marquette leading by 7 shots, something that we preached at halftime that they're going to have to do. And also at the same time, picking up those ground balls in the defensive zone have really been huge for Marquette.
Yeah, and that's talking about like going defense to offense, and that's how Marquette wants to play. They want to make sure that they hold things down at the defensive end, especially with such a young unit, but obviously also scoring some goals.
And one of the things also that they've cut down on is their turnovers, as now Central Michigan leads that metric with 13 to 11. And their caused turnovers, Marquette's caused 11 out of their 13 turnovers. So like we said, that defensive play, and credit again to Nixon in the crease. She's really stopped those shots that have been on fire and really just slowing things down. And their clear percentage has been fantastic, as well as once they get the ball in their possession, it's easy for them to get it over.
Yeah, and not only that, like with Nixon being able to save some of these shots, Marquette has done a really good job of being able to hold off Audrey Whiteside. They've had the ball most of this third quarter, and they haven't really allowed Whiteside to set up Central Michigan's offense at this point.
So if I'm Meredith Black, Jackson, what do you think I'm telling my players here, especially with just 7 seconds ticked off this woman-up penalty and a real possibility to score in deep?
Like I said, just run a good offensive set and try and pot one, but if you can't, keep the offense rolling through this entire advantage.
Behind the net here, Marquette looking for something in close. Coming through to Garcia. Passes it over to behind the net, working it through. Faust on fire today. Does she have another one in her? And a stoppage in play.
And they're going to give the ball to Central Michigan off of that.
And hopefully for Central Michigan, they're able to kill the penalty, but Marquette still not dialing down their aggression and close-knit defensive play.
What a pickup by Audrey Brett. She did a little soccer move, bounced it off her thigh, and was able to scoop it up. A great pickup from Jasmine Murray.
No fly zone for Murray. She wants to take it herself. Maybe lobbing it over the head of Hoyt. But finds Smeagol working down the right side. A great pickup there for Schumar.
About 45 seconds left on this woman-up advantage for Marquette right now.
Just 3 minutes. As a quick shot by Byerly, not going to fall, but Marquette on a good cover. Now down to under 3 minutes left to go in this third period of play.
It's got a really good opportunity to get a score here. Let's see what they can do to set up.
Faust inside.
Oh!
And a goal there for Byerly.
What a pass.
I mean, credit to Faust. I mean, what a just great pass over the top of the whole entire defense. Swings the offensive possession to the other side of the crease, and it's just simple. It's simple elementary school play for Byerly there, just to put that one in for her opponents.
Yeah, and Faust had a real good diagonal pass, as we see it right there on the leap. A diagonal pass, and Byerly in a really good spot, and she was able just to rip home that one-timer.
And Byerly all smiles as she comes to the sideline. Now Marquette leading by 6 with about 2:44 left in this third period of play.
And who else with the player with the lots of energy, Emma Socadato, giving Byerly a little bit of a small hug after she scored that one.
Now, if I'm Sarah Tisdale, Jackson, what am I telling my team to get back into this one?
You just got to start playing better on the defensive end. I mean, and actually getting possession. And that's not a good start as Blee gets the draw control.
And a good pickup there by Garcia. She's a very good downhill runner, as we've seen here, being able just to quickly change directions, but also pick speed up as she runs.
Yeah, I was talking with assistant coach Caitlin Wolf this week about it, and she's just very good at going, like you said, going downhill.
In the crease play there from Marquette. And it should be Chippewa ball. Very, very, very close opportunity for Marquette to get another one in close.
Hold on.
And it looks like that one's going to go on Josie Klopp, I believe.
Josie Klopp. Yes.
That one's going to come the other way for the Chippewas. That might be her second infraction and foul. Great save, or great spin by Whiteside there to stay out of danger. As this one's going to fall all the way back to Owens. She'll look things to get going for Central Michigan.
Good pass there, and see what Central Michigan can do and finally get an offensive possession here in this third quarter.
Wow, great rumbling up the sideline by Julie Lindsley. She's going to continue to take it herself north and south.
Just take Hoyt. Central Michigan's only got 2 total shots and 1 shot on goal here so far in the third quarter.
Doubled over to Whiteside. Swung over to Burke. Trying to cradle it. trying to get it past Brett, but that not working. Swings all the way across to the other side. Closely guarded by Jasmine Murray. Now it's Whiteside's turn. All the way over the top of the net. Bad pass. It looked like definitely a pass, but a contest by a Central Michigan player to tell her it was a shot, but it's not going to fool the refs as now Marquette tries to take it across their line and try to get the clear off. Great pass, great pickup.
A minute to go here so far, and see what Marquette can do. Oh, as they turned it over.
Yeah, I thought that was a great pickup there by Smeagol, but unfortunately back into the hands of Central Michigan.
Shot clock will be turned off with less than 40 seconds to go.
Brennan Patty throws it back over to her defensive side, and Josie Allen will take it over and get a quick pass up to Potter. Potter guarded closely by Powers. Makes a move to the right, tries to get a shot off, realizes it's not going to go, goes back behind to the island. And Central Michigan's going to look to get something close and quick, but won't work out. Diebold now, over to Whiteside. 19 seconds now. Whiteside looking for the last-ditch effort to try to get something going here. Back over to the middle.
Oh, what a
shot over the top, and a good pickup there by Marquette's defensive play in the form of Faith Chmielewski.
Great. Finally got over, I believe that actually Emily Henry. She was able to get over the top of that play as third quarter ends here and prevents another Central Michigan buzzer beater.
Yeah, different from all the other quarters, and just another stellar performance from Marquette's goalie effort in the form of Brennan Nixon. Jackson, how has she been able to keep it together thus far? I mean, really just turning it around completely, doing a complete 180.
Yeah, she's done an absolutely incredible job so far here. Just stepping in well for Amanda Rumsey, who was really struggling in this game, and Marquette doing a really good job on defense as well. They outscored Central Michigan 5-0.
Marquette up now 15-9. We throw it over to the sideline for Molly Gretzlock. Molly,
thank you, Jack and Jackson. I just wanted to touch on that last goal scored by Marquette, Meg Beerley. Now the true freshman has now scored in 9 of the 11 games this season. And Coach Black has said that she's very impressed with this first-year team and how these players have come in and just bought into Marquette and this program. She said that there were injuries at the beginning of the season with a lot of the players that they relied on, and she's very proud of how they have been stepping up. And now we have been seeing that so far today, and as she has scored her 9th goal of the season. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Molly, and a real Cal Ripken-like streak for Meg Beerley as we look at the replays here for the third quarter. Just great shots all around, and really nothing that Owens can do about it, especially with those shots in tight, Jackson.
Yeah, Marquette, it all comes down to not only positioning where you're just getting in a really good spot off a pass, but they've also really done a good job of running downhill. I mean, we saw that first goal from Shea Garcia. She basically had a wide open lane to work with, but overall just a really strong effort. And Faust with an absolute beautiful pass to Smeagol.
And that one shot that ricocheted off of Brennan Nixon, just playing in that and really doing her thing. That's something that Marquette's going to continue to hang their hat on in this fourth quarter here coming up. But as we look at some of the more important things and some of the statistics that Marquette rides on, we'll see that they really need to pick it up in the fourth quarters. As we've seen, as you referenced before the game, every other quarter is well accounted for in goals scored. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, Marquette this season historically really hasn't been able to pick up their end of the deal and finish in tight. So Jackson, obviously being able to play how they are now is going to be effective, but more than that, what are they going to really have to do to make sure this fourth quarter doesn't turn into a 0-goal affair?
They gotta finish. Like, they have to have enough energy left in the tank to be able to get some goals. I mean, obviously we talked about in that game against Oregon, I mean, they had one goal in the fourth quarter, 3 goals in the second half. So obviously, third quarter, much better than compared to when out they were in Eugene, Oregon. But getting that fourth quarter offense is going to be huge. And if they don't fade and they keep up the same intensity that they've had for these first 45 minutes, they're in good shape.
And as we referenced, while goals may be slightly down, saves are as well. We come to 27 in the first, 24 in the second, 24 in the third. But in the fourth quarter, 15 saves only. Marquette right now beating their average on average for goals scored, but really just needing to beat their saves here in the fourth quarter.
And that just comes down to playing solid defense as well. Obviously, you want your goalies to make saves, but it's also coming down to your your defense playing a good, sound structure and holding things up through a full 60 minutes.
As now Marquette, Shea Garcia going to drive in one more time. Owens with a good save to start off the fourth quarter. And a good play by Schumar to let that one go out of bounds and pick it up and go back on offense.
See what Marquette can do here on this first offensive possession of the fourth quarter.
So Godado at the top of her offensive end. Drives by. Good defense there by McKenna Hoon. Oh, and a good bouncer. Not going to go. Nearly went in, but I think it was a crease violation, Jackson, or a close shot there. Unless they're getting a free possession shot, which actually I think that might be what it is. Close defense has really made Central Michigan pay for their mistakes early.
Yeah, and it's just going to be huge for Marquette and see if they can take advantage of this free position opportunity. Oh.
Garcia with a good shot, but a good save with the leg of Aaron Owens.
Yeah, Garcia went low on that shot, but Owen was in a really good spot. Her stick was in good position, and she made a really fantastic save.
You almost have to think with that height disadvantage that we talked about earlier between Martell and Owens, that shots are going to have to start coming up top, to be enabled to get shots over the top of Owens.
And that was a great play by Mary Schumar to deflect that pass, and Marquette's got another opportunity to get a goal.
Second chance opportunities for Marquette have been absolutely imperative to their success here, as we've reached just about 2.5 minutes played here in the fourth quarter.
As Faust has, and you were talking about, the other thing with that shot is that as the shot goes and it's saved by Owens, the thing is also you got to remember about the sticks behind you trying to whack that ball out of your stick. So
how about the move from Faust to get by that defender and really get a good shot over there by Owens? She's a very shifty player, it looks like.
Faust is one of the best to ever do it at Marquette women's lacrosse, so not a huge surprise, but Aaron Owens has had a real strong start so far. She's got 8 saves so far. As
stoppage of play will occur as Burke took it almost 120 yards there down the other side of the field. Took it from her own end all the way behind Marquette's net as a free position shot's going to be loaded up here for Kendall Hoyt.
See if Central Michigan can finally score. It's been a while since Central Michigan's had a goal, and they do get it.
Kendall Hoyt on the free possession shot. Now they're only down 5. Jackson, 12:58 left in the fourth quarter. Is Central Michigan out of it?
They're not out of it. I mean, considering how Marquette has finished some of their games, they're not out of it. But Central Michigan's a really good team, and just to show, Central Michigan, until that goal, Central Michigan hadn't scored since there was 1 second left in the second quarter. So, but Central Michigan's definitely not out of it, and they're just going to have to keep mounting up the pressure on Marquette, now only down 5.
Tough save there on the hands of Nixon, but a lot more to be happy about, especially with that 5-goal lead. Looks like Iggy's still into it on the other end of the field, and Marquette might need to feed off some of his energy to be in order to finish this one out here.
If you can't feed off of Iggy, the Eagles' energy, there's something wrong with you.
And Blee's going to take possession here off of the advantage. A quick pass over to another Marquette attacker. Behind the net now goes Schumar. Spin. Flies over. Woo! A great play there. Quick shot.
Oh!
Fed in, and another absolutely fantastic shot from Smeagol, as she might pick up another multiple goal of the game for her.
What a move from Mary Schumar, putting her defender on skates. I mean, I know it's cold in here, but the field isn't ice, so
Not yet.
Not yet, but that was a really good move to open herself up. And oh my God, she threaded the needle, getting it through Kendall Hoyt, and what a shot from Smeagol.
Hoyt turned her head a little bit too quickly, or a little bit too slowly, excuse me, and really just having Smeagol just come over the top of it and score a very clinical goal against Owens.
And that's a big response there, because, I mean, with Central Michigan, that first goal of this fourth quarter, they got a little bit of momentum on their side. If they get another one, then you're in trouble, but a fantastic response from Marquette to get it out back to a 6-goal lead.
And Blee Knocks it out of the air, picks it up. Ground ball, goosed around.
Still loose.
Starting to go towards Marquette's net, but good pick up there. And now Chmielewski's going to try to get it along the sideline. Can't hold on to it, and Central Michigan's going to take over. Now to Abigail Lair.
Oh, what a block.
Forced back into her own defensive
zone.
zone.
Oh, my goodness, Schumar.
Taking it back, a very clinical defensive effort by her. And now Marquette's going to look to take things back. She wants to slow things down without before a spin. Schumar takes it with her right hand over the top and defended and deflected. Marquette's going to pick it up off of a good cover there.
I think that was a really good defensive play. The stick got in the way of Schumar's shot, but what a play from Schumar to even get the ball back after Marquette turned it over.
It's that height advantage, being able to see over the other players. There's a great spin, clinical spin there from Shaw.
And there's a turnover.
Central Michigan hounding themselves up and down the left side of the field. Jillian Baldwin.
Oh, what a play.
Great pick up there from Jasmine Murray.
Marquette has really turned things up on the defensive end since the start of this second half.
Reagan Martinson trying to get things over. Now finds Molly Powers. And now back over. Lauren Shaw takes it. Pass it over to Byerly. Byerly in.
Ooh.
Just off the pipe. And now Owens. Finds Potter. Potter, a very aggressive player for the Chippewas, trying to make it through the quad defensive effort that Marquette is putting up against her. Down the right side now.
See what Central Michigan can do on this offensive possession. They'll try and set something up.
Martinson over to Diebold. No Audrey Whiteside, Jackson.
No, that's interesting. I mean, they did score with her off the field, but I think this is more about getting her a little bit of resting time so that way she's good for the stretch run.
Now down to about 10.5 minutes left to go in this last period of play. The Chippewas of Central Michigan trying to get back into this one. As Brennan Patty's going to look to just get things behind the net. Jackson, that slow offensive possession that Central Michigan was really good for earlier on in the game is back and now more prevalent in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, you need to score quick. You're still down by 6. I mean, offense can come quickly, but as it scores.
Abigail Lair there knocks that one through. And now just the goal differential down to 5 with about 10 minutes left to go in the fourth period of play.
I was just going to say Marquette was doing a really good job defensively, forced another 60 seconds off the clock there, but fantastic shot there from Central Michigan right there.
Talk about the wear and tear that Marquette's kind of had to go through because of these offensive drives. Central Michigan really weighing them down, waiting for their shot, but Marquette still having to use athleticism to guard that.
Yeah, and I mean, it wears on you. It really does. I mean, trying to defend for a minute and a half, back and forth each way, that can really wear on your body. So, I mean, hopefully they've been in really good condition since switching to that new program after last season. Talked with Coach Black and Stu Roche a few weeks ago about all of that and how and why they changed things. So they change things for moments like this so that way they can stay in games.
Here we go as another offensive possession for Marquette. Could be underway, but a quick goose an accidental goose actually, leads to Central Michigan picking it up here. Going back on the offensive effort, and they can clear it out. But Marquette's attacking unit playing great defense in their own offensive zone. Yeah,
Ellie Henry was trying to get it, but it kicked off her foot and allowed Central Michigan to get possession.
Courtney Burke, after a great spin from Potter that opened up the offensive possession for the Chippewas. Burke now looking for some more offense, and Jackson, more Chippewa offense setting in and more wear and tear possible.
It's potential. That's what I guess they're trying to do at this point, but Marquette's still holding up really strong on the defensive end.
Not in a position yet where the clock can necessarily be on their side with just about 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, still plenty of time for Central Michigan to get some things going. I mean, that first game against Cincinnati, Marquette allowed 3 goals within 2 minutes.
Now down to half a minute left on the shot clock. Hoyt swings, Burke. Great defense by Audrey Brett. Burke one more, spins, left hand. Wow. Brett, more great defense.
Oh my goodness.
Inside. Shot scores. Maggie Diebold finally getting on the stat sheet for the Chippewas. And now the goal differential, Jackson, down to 4 with just about 8.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
You got to feel for Audrey Brett there, playing defense for a good 15 to 20 seconds right there, and things just break down at the last second. A great shot from Diebold, but see if things, I think someone was a little late getting over to cover the middle. Not sure who that was, but great shot from Diebold. The third of the game, Central Michigan with 3 players with a hat trick.
Second half proving to be quite the comeuppance for Central Michigan. 4 goals, nothing to shake a stick at. Something that both teams have been able to overcome, Jackson. In the first quarter, we saw how many lead changes?
Oh my God, so many lead changes in that first half as well overall. But yeah, that first quarter back and forth. Central Michigan up 2-0. Marquette 5-goal run. Central Michigan 3-goal run. And the first quarter ended up being tied at 6. So see what this fourth quarter has in store for us.
28 goals up until this point for both teams. Something that, again, Jackson, we talk about it all game. We really didn't see this one in the cards for today.
I mean, Marquette, both these teams are pretty good offensively, but yeah, not expecting 28 goals between the two sides. Definitely would have taken the under today.
Marquette, absolutely, and Marquette setting things up to get another offensive run in. Jackson, we've noticed some things with their offensive possessions. Marquette looking for quick shots on net, while Central Michigan obviously drowning out and trying to take time to their advantage here. As a shot goes in for Marquette, and the lead back up to 5 here.
Another great response there, this time from Samantha Galvin on the goal.
Everybody eating today for Marquette.
Everybody eats, but no, that was a really good play. And you would think like it would be the opposite, like Central Michigan, like we got to get some goals quickly, let's take some quick shots, but no, I mean it's working for Marquette right now. They've responded twice to 2 huge goals from Central Michigan to kind of keep them at an arm's length.
That shot, a tough save for Owens, as that one went cross-body. She was looking for a short side shot, but eventually ended up going all the way across from Samantha Galvin and really just shutting things down for the Chippewas up until this point. Again, still 8 minutes left to go, but Marquette definitely trying to close things out here. Maybe trying to put things out of reach, dare I say.
That's Galvin's 4th goal of the season. Put Marquette up by 5. It's going to be Central Michigan ball.
Taken away by Hallie Moore.
Junior out of Spring, Texas.
Hallie Henry closely guarding. Burke working, trying to get something in close. Loses the ball. Good defense by Brett, excuse me. And a good pickup there by Nixon.
Good job once again by Audrey Brett. She's had 2 really good defensive possessions so far in a row.
And I think Nixon a lot, while she's been making great saves all game, she can be very thankful for that defensive unit that's really picked it up here in the second half.
That's picked up by Marquette after a couple of bounces. And yeah, you're right. Marquette's defense has really done a much better job here in this second half as opposed to the first half. And given up, 4 goals so far?
Smeagol over to the top. Socodato working. No shot there. Good patience again. Jackson, this attacking unit always putting up more patient shots. While they are quick and easy, they do know that if they're out of range, they're not going to shoot it.
Right. They take the shot that is available to them. Like if they got a quick shot with 70 seconds on the shot clock, they're going to take it. But if it takes them 30, 40 seconds, they're also going to go for it.
A close play by Marquette, as I believe it was Socodato who absolutely mossed Owens right in front of the net, but looked for a pass and couldn't get it to go.
Should we submit that to ESPN and you got mossed?
I would if they would have scored there. Just like you said earlier, they got to score for that one to be a valid play.
Fair enough, fair enough.
As now Martinson taking it down. Nice spin there on Brett.
I heard a lot from Regan Martinson today. She's got 6 goals on the year, but not a ton of action.
Diebold now. Again, Jackson. Audrey Whiteside sitting on the bench. We talked about it a couple minutes ago, but When do you think this final stretch that you talked about earlier is going to come?
That was 4.5 minutes ago that we had talked about why Whiteside was on the bench, but I don't know. I try and get her in as soon as possible. But
looks like there's no medical overhang there for her.
I don't know. This interesting idea by Coach Tisdale.
But from our view, it looks like she's patiently waiting, but cheering on her team. Quick
Oh
shot
my
there,
goodness!
Great save by Nixon.
You know, they say flashing lever when they're talking hockey. They said that's flashing some
Mesh.
twine.
Yeah, that too. And now Byerly, who's been on fire this second half, takes it with her left hand, tries to shoot it off the top of the dome of Owens. And this one's going to try to bounce, but I think Marquette's going to try to cover this one.
It looks like it will stay with Marquette as Shea Garcia's got things under control.
Amasogadado working, trying to figure something out. Behind the net it goes to Schumar. Over, quick shot there by Kira Lamont. And a good pickup there as it fouls on the ground, and Marquette's going to get to play the advantage here. As it looks like Smeagol's headwear came off. We're going to get a second to catch our breath here with just about 4:30 left in today's matchup. Byerly swings it over to Shea Garcia. Jackson, at this point, is time on their side.
Definitely. You're up by 5 with almost less than 4 minutes to go. Right now, you just want to run some more patient offense and get things rolling.
And it looks like a stoppage in play leading to a free possession shot outside the 12-meter line. And that's grounds for Marquette to pull things out. Ooh, almost a quick shot there by Kira Lamont, but not going to go.
Yeah, she could have ripped that right away as she got the pass, but she couldn't quite do it. She had to do a quick turn and then try to shoot, and it was a good play from Central Michigan to get that one away.
And obviously one of the differences between the sticks is the women's stick is more tight and harder to keep the ball in. So a lot of these missed opportunities and passes and catches are quite warranted considering what the shape of their stick is like compared to, let's just say, the men's sticks.
Absolutely right on that, Jack.
And looks like a timeout by Coach Tisdale. And now she's going to have to put something together here with about 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Marquette leading by a score of 17-12 here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, putting things together. You gotta play where you get a three goals and one shot. I mean, but no, they're still in it. It's still 5. I mean, 5 goals is a decent lead, but you're in a weird gray area where the team that's trailing still has a pretty good shot.
Let's talk about the saves, because Central Michigan well over blowing Marquette out in the saves department by a margin of 14-6. Not necessarily on account of Marquette being their defense has played well where shots haven't gone off, which eventually falls on Central Michigan's offensive unit. Jackson, obviously not being able to put something together there, but a really good job from Owens in the second half, despite all those goals scored.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, if Central Michigan didn't make that switch at halftime, this could be a potentially much worse game. I mean, she's had to make 11 saves in this second half, and I mean, for Brenda Nixon, she's made 6 saves in almost 3 quarters of play. So Marquette's been really good on offense so far, but credit Aaron Owens for a really good performance.
Jackson, if you could give a player of the game, there's still about 3.5 minutes left in this one, but if you could give a player of the game as of right now, who would it be?
Man, that's a really tough one. There's so many good options, at least if you want to take the leading team, with that being Marquette. You either got to say like Lydia Faust or Mary Schumar. I mean, Schumar has she's added a couple of goals today, but overall, I mean, she's been really good. She had that really nice move earlier where she kind of juked out her defender and got a really good pass, but I mean, it's hard to argue with Lydia Faust's 6 points, 5 goals, and 1 assist.
Especially on the defensive end of the field, too. She's really shined guarding Audrey Whiteside, who, again, comes to the sideline. Not sure what's going on there and what Coach Sarah Tisdale is thinking, but, Faust has guarded the best of them today. She's really, and not just having a complete game from start to finish. Even though having 4 turnovers, she's been able to pick up 3 ground balls as well, and really being able to play both sides of the field well.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like she's just, like you said, she's just played a fantastic game. And it's overall for Marquette, they're finally playing a complete game.
Central Michigan trying to get a shot off. Quick shot. Score there for Maggie Diebold. With that her 4th of the game, I believe.
That is her 4th of the game. That was an absolute rip of a shot.
As the Maggie chants come from the Central Michigan bench, you really got to wonder, while Maggie Diebold's had a very complete game, it looks like there have been 3 players for Central Michigan who have really picked it up. And then other than that, a lot of the offensive and defensive players have been sort of an afterthought when it comes to, either Sarah Tisdale's offensive and defensive production, or if that's just the way the cards have fallen today for the Chippewas and not getting them a lot of exposure.
I mean, Marquette has done a really good job defensively. I mean, Marquette has 17 turnovers, but they've caused 16, and Central Michigan's got 19 turnovers. They've only been able to cause 12, and you're right. I mean, Diebold, Whiteside, and Kendall Hoyt each have 3 goals or more, but outside of that, they got 1 from Kelly Holt, and then 1 from Burke as well, and Lair. So, I mean, it hasn't been a super offensively balanced game for Central Michigan.
And while we have a chance, let's talk about Mary Bleak. Obviously in the draw circle, she's been nothing but dominant.
Yeah, she's been fantastic from the draw circle today. After Josie Kropp was kind of struggling early on, but she's done a really good job today, and that's a good cover for Marquette and Shea Garcia.
A quick pickup in the corner leads to Marquette picking it up again and getting their offensive started one more time.
It's just about 2.5 to go with Marquette clinging to a 4-goal lead.
Byerly, a good pass behind the net. Marquette possibly looking for another one to put the dagger in this one.
I think they're going to try and use as much clock as possible here and just get one past Owens and send the Marquette fans home happy.
And speaking of which, a goal there for Marquette on the back of Mary Schumar, who's been playing fantastic today in Jackson. That could very well be the dagger.
It could be. I mean, there's only 2 minutes to go. Central Michigan is now down by 5 once more. I mean, taking a look at Mary Schumar's scoring numbers, she came in with 14 goals on the day, and this is her 2nd hat trick of the season. Last time against Niagara almost a month ago.
Just fantastic play from the Golden Eagles here to start out the second half. And I really think it's testament to Meredith Black. I mean, her 10th season here, really setting the standard for how this game should be played up here in Milwaukee, and judging by Nixon's play in the net, Schumar's play on offense, Faust's play on offense, Garcia's leading ability, really being able to dominate every single statistical end of today's game.
And that comes with everyone really buying in. I mean, when I first talked with Coach Black for the season preview, way back when, she really talked about how this team has a real underdog mentality, and they like to prove people wrong that even though Milwaukee is not a hotbed for lacrosse, for people to play lacrosse or lacrosse talent, she likes to prove that, hey, even though we're in Milwaukee, we can play some lacrosse.
Kira Lamont drawing a foul there. Just outside of the 12-meter line. We'll get looks like a free possession shot from there, but actually a woman up coming forward, and it comes on the hands of number 36, Brennan Patty for the Chippewas.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like a little bit of a flagrant play there for Patty, as she will take a seat for the rest of the game. An unreleasable penalty there. Not to be confused with, it's not that the penalty was bad or anything, it's just that the fact that the 2-minute penalty extends over the 148 line, and it will be an unreleasable penalty for the Golden Eagles, and hopefully maybe putting one more to nail in the casket of this one in Milwaukee.
Well, I believe I heard the ref say that she was disqualified for the hit, so I'm not sure. We'll see what Marquette can do.
And now, Audrey Whiteside coming back into the game here with just about 1:43 possibly. Obviously a little bit of a too little too late play, but a stoppage in play here. Going to lead to a free possession shot for the Golden Eagles.
1:37 left. About 80 seconds on the shot clock.
Socadato here. About a 10 differential from the shot and game clock. As that one just missed wide, but a good cover there by Kelsey Cook, or by Mary Schumar, excuse me, to get that one going. As Marquette's going to try to get things going here and line things out as Lydia Foster Brierly.
Ooh.
A good save by Owens, taking that one right on the leg. And a good pickup by Brierly.
Good scoop and good low save from Owens. It's her 12th of the day.
And the Chippewas, offensive possession ensuing here. Advantage being played. Great play by Emma Salcadado to take that one away.
Huge play. Oh, but a nice deflection from Moore, but it's scooped up by Marquette. And Shea Garcia was able to scoop it up, and Marquette can pretty much run out the clock at this point.
45 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Marquette playing a complete game from start to finish, Jackson.
Things got a little bit more interesting down the stretch, but Marquette really able to lock down on the defensive end, and they're going to continue their undefeated stretch at home, 3-0.
And with 4 more games at Valley Fields, like we said, Jackson, earlier, I mean, them being able to play well at home is going to pay dividends for them as the season continues to go on.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge dividends, and I mean, once you start getting that momentum in non-conference play that you can play at home, that's going to lead into conference play, and you're going to be extra amped for those conference games, especially with the mentality of this team of they really want to win a Big East championship, especially for this group of seniors.
Free possession shot coming up for Marquette, and that one is going to add insult to injury as the Golden Eagles score another goal off the hands of Kira Lamont. Fantastic game from her as well.
Pretty solid game. Not a ton of play time today for Kira Lamont, but she's done what she needed to do off the bench today. That's her second goal of the day. So then we'll go ahead and just add a little bit of stats for her college career.
Now as this one wraps up, look at the box score. 6 goals in the first for both teams. Marquette Marquette leading at the half by 1, shutting Central Michigan out in the third with 5 goals. And at this point in the fourth quarter, it's knotted up at 4.
That's a much needed improvement in that second half and especially fourth quarter offense for Marquette, scoring 4 goals.
And one more takeaway there for Mary Blee. She wants to take this one herself. Passing it down.
They're going to go for another one.
5 seconds left. And a stoppage in play. And the Chippewas will run this one out. And that'll do it here from Valley Fields in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Marquette picking up the win over the Central Michigan Chippewas by a score of 19-13. What a game.
Just an incredible game, Jack, to behold. And a full effort today from Marquette's side. And I know you asked me this earlier, but who would you say is your game MVP today?
I got to give it to Brenna Nixon. I think that being able to come in and being a first year, coming in and having the performance that she did, not a lot of saves, compared to Aaron Owens, but different situations, different circumstances. Really being able to come away with a win today on the back of her defensively. But also, I really just think this was a team win. I think that everybody played the way that they were supposed to. The defense rising up after giving up some costly goals early, and really the attack and the attack playing as well as they did in the hands of Kira Lamont. Faust playing well, and really just Shea Garcia just leading this pack. And being able to do that is going to be able to pay off for them within their next few games. Is now we're going to throw it to Molly Gretzlock for one more time. Molly, great game today by the Golden Eagles.
Thank you, Jack and Jackson. And like you mentioned at the end of your broadcast, this was just a well-played game. Marquette came into this. Shea Garcia said in her interview this week that they were confident. They were just confident, ready to play at home. And we saw that today in that second half, that third quarter. They came out ready. They were scoring, got a lot of contribution from a lot of players, whether that was just setting up plays or scoring goals. And then in that fourth quarter, they were resilient. That's what Coach Black was saying at the beginning when I interviewed her prior to the game. They were resilient, and you saw that in the fourth quarter. So this is a very good push going into Big East play, and it should be a very big confidence booster, especially when they have those next 4 games at home. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Molly. As we wrap up here from Valley Fields alongside Jackson Gross, I'm Jack Lewandowski. Thank you so much for watching. Go Marquette as always. Go Marquette.
you.